Welcome to all. Today we will learn about a user administration part. So it's a very important topic, and mostly people ask in this from this part very lot of questions. So we know about that. So when we are adding a user, so what happened in a backend? So we need to learn that things here. So suppose I'm creating any user here with the user add command, So user add command is using to add any user and username. When I'm using this command, what happened in a background? How many files or directories created? So first it will create a entry in /etc password file. Here we have a seven fields. We will discuss in details also what is the meaning of seven fields. It will create a user entry in here and seven entries there. So there it will mention these information. It will give us a username, user ID, group ID, home directory, commands, login, shell info. After that, it will add one entry in /etc group. So here it will add the group, and when we are adding a username, so it will create a same name. It will add a same name as a group also. So don't be confused. Okay, suppose I have created a user with user one. So I will find out user one as a user, but as a group, I also found user one. So don't be confused. Okay, so in a group, also known as a group, in group also known as the same naming convention, and user one. Okay, that is easily to recognize, but here little bit confused. Okay, but it is creating a same name group also, and it will create a unique user ID. It will create a unique user ID. It will create a unique group ID, and where it will store the password in Linux. So it will store the password in under shadow file, and it will create a mail directory under var mail and username. Which user I have created? So let's say I have created with the user one. So it will add here. So let me show you practically one by one, so then you will get more easy. Okay, so let me show you here. So I'm adding a user add. Let's say I want to add any user that is a Bob user. Okay, I'm adding a Bob user. So I said it will add a one entry in cat/etc password file. Let me show you the password file here. So here you can see it is added an entry here. This is the entry here. So I will explain these entries later. Okay, it will add one more entry under a group. So now you can see I created a Bob user, but here Bob means it is a group. Okay, so if I show you ID Bob, you can see user ID is 1001 Bob, group ID 1002, but again Bob. Okay, so similar name user ID and similar name is a group ID. After that, it will add one more entry in a password file where your password is stored under a shadow file. You can see, let me use a tail here. So you can see here added a entry. I will explain these entries as well also. It will create a one subpool in mail file under a /var spool your mail and username. So which user I have created? Bob user. Now you can see the file is created. This file is right now empty. Okay, and how many directories it is creating? It will create a home directory that is your by default goes to home Bob. It is created this directory. You can see this directory has been created right now. And it will copy the environmental files from. I will show you the directory /etc scal directory. Here you will see empty because the files are hidden. Let me make it A. And here you are able to see these three files. It will copy the same files to this directory /home/bob ls-l. Let me make a. Now you can see the same files. Same files. You can see the data also. Same files. It has been copied. Okay. So these are the entries happened. So how these entries happen, where it is defined actually, these are defined under the file is a default. Okay, if you are unhappy, if you want to do a changing, if you think you don't want to create a by default /home your username, you don't want to, here in our example Bob in the pictures here /home/bob. If you think you're not interested to here, when you are creating a new directory, it will goes to under, let's say /export/home. In real scenario we'll find out something like that. Okay, so because they have created on a SAN storage. Okay, so they have SAN storage or NAS storage. Okay, so they have created like that. If you think you are not satisfied, and this is a shell, by default you will get a bash shell. If you think you are not happy with the bash shell and you want to give it a ksh shell, con shell, you can give it a con shell here. Scale directory already I discussed right now. What happened inside a scale directory? It happened all your hidden environmental related files. These are files /bash_logout.bash_profile.bash_rsc. Okay, these files are there. Create mail underscore spool is equal to yes. If you think you don't want to create, you make it a no. Okay, and group 100. Okay, so this is a group where ID from started from here 100 here. So these are the default entries, and if you want to do a customization, it's up to you. You can do a customization. Okay, so now let's discuss first field, that is a /etc/password file. So cat /etc password file. So here let me make as a tail. So here let me take last 5 fields. So 5 or 4 fields is sufficient. Okay, so now let me okay. So now here I have made this field here. So this is a first field. The first field is username. Second field, what does mean by second field? It is a very important interview question. People will ask you these fields name, why, what does mean of these fields? Okay, it means where is password stored? Password stored, where is stored? Under /etc shadow file. Okay, that is a mean. This, it is your user ID. It is your group ID. And here it is empty, but I have taken here this one. You can see comment. Okay, it is a comment. Why are using? Let's say I have created here, so I can for test user. I can mention here. Okay, I have not mentioned, that's okay. But here you can see these user I have not created. These are created by a services. Which services we are using? That is created by a system services. Okay, not by us. We have created only user one and Bob. You have seen it is a starter of 1000. Yes, user ID started from a 1000. It is added in our environment and added in our files. I will show you where it's, where you will get /etc/login where it you will see this entry /etc login dot daps login dot daps file, where you will get this here. If you want to modify, yes, you can do a modify, but I'm right now I'm talking about a default. Okay, so now here one, so I will here if I count here, this is your first field, it is your second field, it is your third field, it is your fourth field, and this is comment is your fifth field. Now this is sixth field is came here. So here, what does mean by sixth field? It is your users home directory, users home directory, home directory. It is a user home. Last is seventh. This is seventh. It is your shell. Which shell do you want? There's a shell here. So these are the meaning of a 7 fields here. So now let me show you where a here. So let me show you /etc here your use login. Okay, so now group ID. So here, this is the configuration file. Here you have a entry. So mail directory. Here they have mentioned here where your mail should be go under /bash/mail. This is by default. If you are unhappy, you can change it. Okay, umask value. You can see the umask value here 022. Here, this is the password max days. Here I will show you that also come in under /etc/shadow file, where it will get this entry. It is defined here. Pass maximum days. It's equal to unlimited. Equal to unlimited. Password here. Maximum number of days a password may be used. Minimum days. Minimum number of days allowed between password change. Password change 0 means no need to change. Password minimum length. You can define a length here, 8 length. We are defining a standard, right? 8 or 10th, but by default system is giving 5. Okay, so at least a normal user by default must be 5 length of the password. But if you are unhappy with it, you can modify and make it 8. That is the standard. I think we are using 8. And password warning age. Before password expire, you can see warning age. So here it is defined here. So now I can see here, this is the user ID minimum. Minimum user ID defined is a 1000. User ID max is a 60,000. These are the default. If you want, you can make it less or higher also, but make sure system user ID minimum defined has a 201 and 999. Before that, the 1 to 200, it's a reserved for a OS. It's reserved for a OS related activities. But system means if you are installing a new system IDs, new applications, so they will comes under 201 to 999. Okay, in earlier it was started from a 500. This it will started from a earlier in OS. If I'm talking about a RHEL 6, if I'm talking about 5, so then it will come to 500. But now they have increased the account here and these things. Okay, so here, these are the reserved IDs here. So super user having a we call a root, and user ID 0 is reserved for a super user, and group ID is reserved. These are reserved for a super user. Home directory is reserved for a super user shell. Okay, so system user ID 1 to 99 is a reserved. System account a group ID started from 201 to 1999. It's, I think, one. Okay, so 201 to 199, you will get a system account. If you want, you can modify accordingly, but I'm right now, we are discussing about a default. Okay, if you think you want to change, yes, you can change it. That's not a problem. I have shown you the files already, right? So normal user here in RHEL 7 onward started from a 1000. Earlier it was a 500, 501. I think 500 or 501. It's a started with, I think, 500. 500 started. Okay, so, and now let's discuss about a, okay, so now let's discuss about a /etc group. So in etc group, you will not have nothing much more, just this entry and here. So here you will get a group ID. So now let's discuss about a /etc/shadow file. Here you will get a more details that we need to know. So let me show you the field. Now /cat/etc shadow. Okay, so let me use a tail command, and tail, let me take a last two fields. Let me take a last two field, and tr, let me, actually what I'm doing with the tr, I'm replacing this colon with a tab /t/2 tab I'm giving here. So tab means tab key. I'm talking about a tab key that I'm doing here. So we'll get a more, means it is giving us a more space here. So these are the fields we have actually. Okay, so these fields gone here. Okay, so I can use, instead of a okay, it's okay. So let me give a single tab here. Okay, so okay, we'll discuss here these two. These are reserved for a future. These are reserved for a future. Reserved. These are reserved. And now you can see here, you will find out a Bob. Okay, so Bob is here using for a, again, user, same as like we have learned in a password command. Okay, so here now you will see this is an entry here. This is a second field. This is a first field. This is a second one. So what happened here? Here your password is stored here. So you will find out here $6. So what does mean by $6? Here algorithm is using here algorithm. Which algorithm is using? SHA-512. This algorithm is using. Why we are using this algorithm? To encrypt your password. To encrypt your password. And it is most important question people will ask, what does mean by $6? Okay, everyone know it is a encrypted password. So where this information is stored? Under /etc/login.defs. There you will see this $6 represent your algorithm. Which algorithm we are using? We are using a SH512 algorithm to encrypt this password. Right now here we don't have any given any password, no password. This right now we have created this Bob user, no password. It means it is right now logged. This user is logged right now. We don't have given any password here. Okay, so that is the meaning here. And you will get a, here it will give you detail of it was when it will got expired. I mean, how many is here? So that is, so 999 we have not given anything. So it means here exclamatory mark is there. One exclamatory mark is there. Second, it means no password here. No password means this user is logged. If I show you here, people will ask in an interview here. So let me use a password command -s, and the username is a Bob. So you can see password logged. So when you are creating a user in a Linux, especially in CentOS or Red Hat or Oracle Enterprise, first, if you have not given any password, by default, it is logged. Your account is logged. Empty password is not allowed in Linux. Empty password is allowed in a Windows, but in Linux, it is not allowed. So let me show you first $6. I'm talking about a algorithm here. So let me show you here. So cat/etc login dot dapps, and let me make it tail right now here. So here you will see a encrypted method. Which algorithm we are using? So earlier it was SHA 256 algorithm. Right now we are using SHA 512 algorithm. So I hope if I'm not wrong, I think here it come as a $5. That is I need to check. Okay, but $6 it's 100% clear. Okay, so here you can see here and create home directory. Do you want to create your home directory? Yes, it will create a home directory, and this is your encryption password. If you make it SHA 256, you will not get $6. You will not get $6. You will get, I think, $5. And need to check here. I have dot. So here I have make it here algorithm where we can check. Already I have mentioned here doc here day since the password was last changed. Okay, day after which password must be changed. That is the meaning of this 0. In 9999, you will see maximum number of days a password must be used, and number of days warning given before a password expire, and last is a reserved field. So these are the entries in under /etc/shadow file.